Hey, you know what time it is?
What time is it, man?
The beauty. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Beat Town, the channel where two worlds collide. I'm your host, Class. This is my co-host,
Mr. J.
Yeah, and we back at it again, guys. And my boy has a reminder for you guys.
We would like to remind you that if you like our videos, we would like you to go to the section below and like, comment, and subscribe and share.
Yeah. And without further ado, we are continuing on our Carnage or Venom month. And
once again, it is all about the symbiotes today.
Yeah, and we got an interesting one. This time we got a DC counterpart that is quite an interesting character. And I'll be representing DC Comics' Clayface.
See? I figured out how to manage this thing pretty good.
Alright, so I guess I'll be going first in this argument. Matt Hagen, I think Hagen, his name, is swimming in the water looking for treasure. And he happens to step on some kind of muddy thing. And this muddy thing is a altering protoplasm. And yeah, that's how he gets his abilities on that end. But regardless of how he gets his abilities, let's talk about the character itself now, currently. The character itself right now is a very tough character to beat. Clayface now is impervious to a lot of things. On top of that, he's a pretty durable character. This character can I think lift 80 tons, if I remember correctly. No. Well, regardless of what he can lift, he can actually lift a lot of stuff. Depending on what size he gets, if he gets bigger, he can actually get stronger in that essence. So Clayface is actually pretty impressive in his ability because he can actually turn anything in his body into a weapon. He can also take any kind of bullets in his direction. There really isn't a lot that can actually take Clayface down. Not only is he strong, there isn't like he can actually regenerate himself. He can shift himself. He can sink himself into a sink or a sewer or whatever he wants, drainage pipe, wherever he wants to go. He can do that. Clayface is a pretty formidable foe to be dealing with. Now, the character he's going against is Venom. Venom is pretty fast. I'll give it to that. As far as speed, he's a lot more faster than Clayface would be. As far as strength-wise, I will have to give it to Clayface. Clayface is a lot more stronger than Venom. Venom has taken a lot of strength fights against Spider-Man and so on and so forth. But Clayface has fought against Wonder Woman, Power Girl, and Supergirl. Those are three heavy hitters. Okay, 3 heavy hitters in the DC comic universe. And he was managed to go toe-to-toe with these characters. Matter of fact, he was able to take a hit them so hard, they actually felt it. Let's see, what else do we got on this end of this character? Just to make sure I can put up right. Whatever he touches apparently can shift in. Whatever he touches, he can actually get DNA from that thing. So let's say in a hypothetical situation where Clayface actually touches Venom's symbiote suit, I don't know what could possibly happen in that essence. Could he get the powers? Could he also imitate the same abilities as Venom when he touches his symbiote suit? It is its own itself a living organism. Could it possibly possess the same power? He could. There is a strong possibility. He can shift it to any person. He can shift it to anything. He can create duplicates of himself. Duplicates of himself that can last for quite a few amount of hours. Which means that going against something with a duplicate ability, Venom can do somewhat of that, but I don't think he can last as long as Clayface can in the duplicate process. In the duplicate process, I do believe Clayface has him on that end. On top of that, as far as the weaponry goes, they're pretty kind of matched up. As long as they can come up with anything, they are pretty much going to be able to throw any kind of weapons at each other. But as far as strength-wise, I'm going to give it again to Clayface because he can get bigger. Venom can't get bigger, like giant size. Clayface can. He can become a freaking tower. And then he can throw down with him in that essence. Venom is strong, but strong enough to take on something like that. I think Venom has he hit Juggernaut one time so hard that he put him down to the ground. That's an impressive feat. But when you got on your resume for Clayface, when you got Wonder Woman, who is Amazonian demigod, when you got Supergirl, who is Superman's cousin, Kryptonian, who is strong with the solar power, when you got Power Girl, who has the similarities to the Supergirl quality, Clayface is able to sneak up on a character, is able to kind of shift his body, is able to get a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. So because of the strength wise, I think because he can get more massive than Venom can, I really feel like, and I just feel like Clayface has this in the bag.
And I will be representing Eddie Brock, aka Venom.
Hey, from now on, we're poisoned. You, Spider-Man. That's why we call ourselves Venom.
My contestant today is Eddie Brock, also known as Venom. Now, the name Venom came from the combination of the symbiote and Eddie Brock itself. Basically, Eddie felt that he was spewing venom from the tabloids that he wrote when he worked for the, what was it, Daily Bugle?
I think it's the Daily Bugle.
The symbiote, Venom, it can increase Eddie's size. Can it make him as big as a tower? I don't really think so. But the symbiote gives Eddie all kinds of other abilities like super strength, speed, durability. He can fly. I don't think Clayface can fly.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, because basically the entire thing with the symbiote itself, it gives Eddie pretty much shape-shifting abilities. Now, shape-shifting to a point where it can mimic past hosts' abilities. Now, what the thing you have to remember about this symbiote in particular, it also bonded with Wade Wilson, also known as Deadpool, for a time. So that might be why it's slightly, a little psychotic. Now, the symbiote gives Eddie all kinds of other abilities, like his bite or his saliva, I believe, he can make it to where it's like acidic.
Yeah.
So if he gets close enough and he bites Clayface, I don't know if he's gonna be able to recover from that. As durable and as strong as he is, I don't know really. And like you mentioned earlier, could Clayface absorb Venom? But also the symbiote itself has those same capabilities. It can take over your mind mentally, and it could take over your entire body.
Yeah, I'll add this as a note, bro. As a note is, fun fact, Clayface likes to absorb his characters or his victims or whatever he's going against. So if Clayface decides to do the absorbing situation, it will be his doom in that essence. Because
I think so.
Infect him within. I just feel like he'll be able to absorb him from that point because Clayface is like, yeah, I'm victorious, and then you got Venom just.
I believe the symbiote will take over his mind and his body.
Yep,
and from that point, he could make him explode. He's done it to people before.
Yeah, he can do that. No, I believe that.
Or he could like drive him to kill himself. As a matter of fact, that's how he killed a couple symbiotes. He's just like, life isn't really worth living, man. You could just end it all right now.
Jesus.
And it was pretty dark. Like, I was like, whoa, really? All right.
Damn, dude,
whatever,
that's the way to take out one of your opponents. Jesus.
But then, like I said, you have to remember that, first of all, it's Eddie Brock. That's one half of this puzzle. It wasn't until like more recently that he started becoming more of like an anti-hero. But Eddie, especially in the past, Eddie was kind of a prick. And then the other half of the puzzle is the symbiote or Venom.
Yeah.
Like I said, his past hosts, one of them was a homicidal maniac bent on annihilation or something like that, or total genocide. And then it was Deadpool. So, like, the past hosts of this particular Venom symbiote, you know, they weren't exactly mentally all there. So that's why Eddie's slightly a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially when you consider the fact that the symbiote also had a grudge against Spider-Man too. First, I remember it attached to
Yeah.
Spider-Man. If I remember correctly, he attached to Spider-Man.
Before Eddie, yes.
And then he, you know, the symbiote got mad. And he's like, I want vengeance. And then walking across along with Eddie Brock, and he was like, hey, you guys want to work together, brother?
They both had a grudge and a mutual hatred of Spider-Man, and that's what made them perfect for one another.
Yeah, they were stronger that way just because of that. Their hatred, their rage made them a little more...
Venom's hatred and Eddie's rage, it combined for a very bad match for everyone else, but a perfect match for them.
Yeah.
Didn't work out for Spider-Man at first. You know, he kind of kicked the crap out of him for a while, and then, you know, you learn Venom's weaknesses, and being it that those are the symbiote's particular weaknesses, fire and high frequency sound, I don't think Clayface has that in his arsenal, so I'm not really sure it's going to come up. And like you said, Clayface could think he has the win. He's like, oh, I absorbed him, I ate him. And then the symbiote just takes over and just destroys his mind.
It is a possibility. I mean, yeah.
An alien versus whatever Clayface is, a man with abilities, with whatever the Clay is.
I mean, it's a Clay. It's apparently something called an altering something protoplasm. I don't know exactly what that is because they don't specify, I guess, what that is. But I'm guessing it doesn't say if it's alien.
They're gonna say it's alien later. Watch,
if it is alien,
like it's an alien.
You know, if it's alien, then yeah, I guess it'd be like a tie because you don't really know. I mean, you'd have to really have to do a test on both different, you know, extraterrestrials, I guess, in this essence, to determine who would be stronger in that way.
Fun fact: the Venom symbiote took over Thanos.
Whoa.
Thanos fought Venom and won. But then the symbiote just slowly took over. So did it really win?
Damn.
So if the Venom symbiote, you know, my point is, if the Venom symbiote itself is strong enough to take over someone like Thanos or Silver Surfer or, you know, other people that it's probably taken over, I'm not sure Clayface really is gonna... I'm not sure he stands a chance in this one. Sorry. I don't. I know the Clayface people are gonna hate me, but I'm Team Venom, Team Brock.
Spider-Man, enjoy your fame.
All right, guys.
Our Venom.
Well, you know what it is? It's not up to me, and it's not up to him.
It's up to you guys.
Guys.
All 41 of you.
Decide. Now, if you thought... Hey, it's funny we did the you guys, you know, because of the Spider-Man reference. You ain't going nowhere, Macho Man. Feels like it's almost similar. Anyways, if you like my argument, you know what you can do? You can hashtag Clayface. And if you like my boy's argument, you know what you can do? What can you do, bro?
You can hashtag Venom.
Yeah. And as always, guys, we really appreciate you. No press fam. As always, catch you guys later.
Go see Venom 2.
Sorry, I forgot one more announcement. November is coming up, guys. November 1st is our 1-year anniversary here at the No Pressure Family channel. 1 year, baby. Woo! We did it. And we've gotten a lot of subscribers, guys, for all the support. But we're gonna let you guys know, heads up, we're gonna start off our tournament. Our first tournament it's going to be since the it's a continuation of our last tournament, but this is our semi-final or something like that, or quarterly final. I don't know what you want to call it, technicality of it, but it will be the Phoenix, Marvel's Phoenix versus DC Comics Amazonian Wonder Woman. Who will come out on top? Find out. Anyway, catch you guys later. Appreciate you, No Press fam. Peace.